Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Thursday, June 9th, 2016. I'm Felicia Liburd. The third edition of the Mango and Food Festival was launched earlier today at the Montpelier Plantation Inn. The activity is being coordinated by the Nevis Tourism Authority with assistance from local restaurants and hotels.
The Nevis Mango and Food Festival is to celebrate Nevis' sweetest resource and to highlight and promote Nevis as a premier culinary destination.
Greg Phillip, Chief Executive Officer of the NTA, is very excited about the series of activities. This year, celebrity chefs will be on island to participate.
First one is Chef Judy June. She's an Iron Chef from the Food Network. As a matter of fact, she's the only female Iron Chef that the Food Network has in Europe. And that for us is very exciting because we know what she's bringing to the table. She's Korean American chef with restaurants in London and Hong Kong. And what she cooks is Korean food. And in addition to her, we have a celebrity chef from England, Chef Natasha Corrett. She is a chef with a huge following and growing. She has developed something called Honestly Healthy. It's really a company that she has. It's a food company, but she does some very special things with it. And what's interesting about her is that she cooks purely vegetarian dishes. And yes, it's healthier for her. It's healthier for the people who love her food. And it's for us having her come into the Nevis Mango and Food Festival. It really and truly gives us an opportunity to highlight something different because I promise you, when you eat her food, you will not miss the meat.
A number of local chefs who will support and learn from the celebrity chefs will also be part of the series of activities. Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Mark Brantley, gave the event his full endorsement and commended the authority for its efforts.
I think it's a very unique festival. The idea that each dish has to have some infusion of mango, I think it forces all the chefs involved to be creative and to think very carefully about what it is they're going to produce. And I think that I know all the chefs here, the local chefs, and I know that they will rise to the challenge and produce something. Because all of you who work in the tourism industry know that in the winter months you make lots of money, everything is good, and then things peter off. Because as we get into the summer months, people stop coming. And many hotels close, they're closed for renovations, people are laid off, and it's become quite normal here. We would really like to get to a stage where hotels are open all year round on the island. And to do that, we must come up with innovative ideas to attract people. And the Mango Festival is one of those ideas.
The Nevis Mango and Food Festival will be held from July 7th to 10th, 2016. Major sponsors are Ram Supermarket, the Bank of Nevis Limited, and Brinley Gold Rum. The Department of Agriculture has been experiencing losses in the onion production. This is according to Director of Agriculture Keithley Amory, who spoke at the reduction of post-harvest losses in onion and cold crop workshop held last week at the Red Cross building.
We have been experiencing over the years at least 30 to 50% post-harvest losses in some cases, and that's quite a bit. Most of it is due to lack of storage. Sometimes it's because the time when the onions are planted, unfortunately, sometimes it coincides with sometime the rainy season starts and it meets the onion out in the field. So we are hoping that with the help of Mr. Dr. Mohammed and getting more storage facility that we are able to maximize the production that we make. The other percentage, roughly 10%, is to monkeys. Another 10% is to Prader larceny.
Food and Agriculture Organization FAO consultant Dr. Majid Mohammed was the facilitator of the workshop.
The ultimate aim of the FAO is to get post-harvest losses to zero by 2020. It may sound very ambitious, but it's the goal, it's the objective. That is where we want to get to. Because there are serious shortages of food. And there are many competitors for food. war, famine, unexpected natural disasters like earthquakes. Anytime any of these happen, it puts a lot of pressure on the food supply of any one country. And therefore, we have to give credit to the farmers and the extension officers who are out there working and networking to produce a good quality marketable product. The only way you are going to become competitive is to produce a premium product.
Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, implored the farmers to learn as much as possible so that the information given can be put into practice.
I want you to embrace what is being imparted, because we're going to lean on you, we're going to depend upon you to ensure that this industry is one that we can grow from year to year. Over the next 10 years, we must be able to look back at today's training and tell ourselves that something was garnered from what was imparted here today, or would be imparted here today. And as such, 10 years from now, we are talking about legacy. That will be our legacy as a department if we are able to build this industry, and 10 years from now we reflect and say Dr. Mohammed would have done a wonderful job in pointing us into the right direction to ensure that we have greater food security here on the island of Nevis.
Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. Activities for Child Month 2016 will continue tomorrow, Friday, June 10th, with the annual parade. Child Month is a collaborative effort of the Early Childhood Development Division of the Department of Education and the Nevis Preschool Teachers Association. So far, activities for Child Month have included church services on Sunday, June 5th.
June 10th, Parade and T-shirt Day. From the Nevis Cultural Center via Charlestown to the ETW Park. June 16, Variety Concert at the Nevis Cultural Complex, starting at 5:30. Adults, you pay $10, children $5. On June 17th, we will have an activity in town dubbed Bake Sale with a Twist on the sidewalk between Solomon Arcade and Digicel, starting at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. On June 24th, as usual, we join our counterparts in St. Kitts for their parade and T-shirt day.
Throughout June, early childhood development centers will be selling tags to promote the 2016 observance of Child Month under the theme Instill Values, Build Strong Children, Secure the Future.
In light of this theme, the nursery and preschool centers throughout the island of Nevis will engage their children in various fun activities, focusing on the values love, respect, honesty, friendship, kindness, helpfulness, and many others. We are encouraging parents and the general public to continue to model these values so that our children can emulate them and develop into positive citizens.
Education officer responsible for early childhood development, Florence Smithen, is encouraging parents and the general public to support the activities.
We have captured some video clips of the best practices demonstrated in the various ECD centers. These activities will be aired on NTV throughout the month of June. Best practices are the activities or the strategies that are used in the centers to help children, to stimulate them and to help them to develop those readiness skills that they need for the public school and throughout life. What the centers do best to enable or to help children to develop those skills that are necessary for them socially, physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually.
The month of activities will climax with a staff retreat for Early Childhood Development Center workers on July 1st. Still to come, the details after this break. Welcome back. Evelyn Henville says one of the objectives during her tenure as Executive Director of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, NHCS, was to have Nevisians feel proud of the ownership of the NHCS. Henville, who retired at the end of May after having served 6 years, says she wanted Nevisians to understand the Society's museums are part of their history and culture.
The NHCS belongs to Nevisians, and when I came in, I got the sense that Nevisians were not getting involved and participating. Somehow they tend to feel that it was an expat organization, and so we tried to work on increasing membership of our Nevisians. We actually took on a project where we got the telephone book and we wrote to every person in that phone book that had an address. We had Alexander Hamilton students who have to perform 50 hours per year in volunteer service come in during the summer, during the Easter break, and sit here and go through the telephone book and write to every Nevisian informing them about our membership and the cost, and we did generate a good number of membership from that project.
The NHCS, Henville noted, also sought to get the island's students involved in its activities.
We developed a good relationship with the education department. We encourage our teachers to bring the students here. And so I feel that we have really put a lot of effort there and have really gotten a sound response in that we have more Nevisians now are participating on the board of directors and have others who are just basically coming by and bringing us things that they've had in their homes for some time, artifacts that they now feel a sense of belonging to the NHCS.
The reforestation project for New River is another achievement of which Henville is also proud.
New River Estate is one of our most important historical sites remaining here that we can showcase. And with the Department of Agriculture, we are able to secure over $1 million EC, and with the help of Hope Nevis, we have secured $150,000 US from Jeff. And those two amounts were put together and make a really great reforestation of New River to protect the coastline, protect the farmers' livelihood, and protect our historical sites. Our Amerindian site there is one of the most damaged. And so I'm very proud that we have this grant, and we will be looking towards our community, hoping to plant over 40,000 trees, plant back our coconut walk, put coconut trees back on coconut walk. So I'm really proud of that, and this will be a community project.
New Executive Director Nicole Liebert is set to take up the post on June 15th. Henville is confident that with Liebert's background in tourism, the NHCS is in good hands. The students of the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols VOJN Primary School have had the opportunity to learn the art of guitar playing by a well-known guitar player, Frank Mills. Director of Community Development, Janet Maloney, says she is pleased with the initiative as her department has been pushing it for some time.
I first want to congratulate the children, Talia, Stedari, Kiel, Jadiel, and Tenisa. I started learning to play the guitar at a very early age. First song was Amazing Grace. I don't know how to play it now because I didn't continue. But I'm hoping that you will continue. I also want to congratulate the parents who are here, and I know they are very proud of you and who would have given you all the support in learning to play the guitar. I also want to congratulate Mr. Mills, who always willing to share his skill and his knowledge about guitar playing. It is a mandate of the Ministry of Social Development and Community Development to develop a music program within all the communities on the island. One of the focus is to increase, apart from children learning a meaning to play music that will be meaningful, they can develop a career in music, and also as a part-time, something to do in the meantime.
Maloney also presented the students with certificates of recognition for their outstanding work in guitar playing. Principal of the VOJN Primary School, Shay Wilkin, expressed her gratitude to Mills for affording the students the opportunity to learn to play the guitar.
To the children, this gift to you is a treasure to hold. You could become our next group of students, adults, to go to the hotels and play. You could open your own music industry. You could gain yourself some recognition all over the world. To Mr. Frank Mills, I would like you to stand. I know you did so before, and I want you to stand a little longer. We are proud of you, Mr. Mills, one of our very own. Could we give him a big hand? Now, as we see Mr. Mills going along the road, we may not have known that he has such skill line within him, such knowledge and such attitude, because it takes patience to go with our children, and he has exhibited that, and we want to thank you, Mr. Mills.
The students attended the guitar workshop at the Franklin Brown Community Center, where manager Greta Jeffers assisted with the teaching. The parents of the graduates presented the facilitators, Mills and Jeffers, with tokens of their appreciation. Here is an excerpt of what the students learned from the workshop. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Felicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.